Welcome back to a brand new No BS crypto news video where I bring you crypto news every single day in the most no BS kind of way. Now today, of course, the markets are taking a massive dump. We're going to talk about the reasons why. Is it time to panic? But importantly, what you need to be doing next. As I always say, guys, you must keep up to date with the news in crypto because things turn every single day and you can always find a way to take advantage of what happens next. But today's video isn't just going to talk about why the markets are red, mainly regarding the ETFs. We're going to be talking about three very big, important altcoins we all know and love: Injective, Near Protocol, Algorand, and Hedera, and what they have done. Today's a very big news video. You're going to want to pay attention, I'm telling you right now. So first of all, the Bitcoin crypto heat map here, we can see Bitcoin is down almost 10% on the day so far. Most of the market is down as well, but not just down, not just in the light red, in the dark red as well. So it's been a big bloodshed. We're going to talk about the reasons why. We did call it, right? We knew the ETFs were going to dump on the day of the news. If you don't already know, in crypto, most of the time, it's buy the rumor, sell the news. Now, we have some important levels to keep an eye on over the next 3 months until the crypto halving. We have this level over here, $34,000, a 20% drop from back over here. Right now, it's a bit less than a 20% drop. It's about a 15% drop. And we also have the $30,000 level as well, which is more or less speaking about a 25% drop from here. So these are the levels to look out for. I don't think we'll fall past $35,000 Bitcoin, just an FYI. I definitely don't think we'll go as far down beneath the $30,000 level, that's for sure. But keep your eyes out because this will still give us a very good time to buy altcoins. Now, speaking of the altcoins, what are we looking at today? Well, there's not many gainers. We have FTX tokens surprisingly up the most at 17%, which is pretty decent. We have Helium, Blur, and Sui up as well, but nothing to really write home about. We do have the top losers to actually write home about. Bonk, Thorchain, Solana, AVAX, Bitcoin SV, even our beloved Bitcoin is down around 10%, as I mentioned before, on the day or more. So yeah, again, good DCA day today, but of course, is it going to go lower? Well, you don't really want to take that chance. It's always good to dollar cost average, even if we keep going down. Yes, sometimes the dip keeps dipping, but that's why you don't put all your capital in at one time. So with that said, the first news of today, let's touch on these big altcoin news, and then we'll get into the main premise, which is what's happening with the market, okay, these ETFs. So Hedera and Algorand have come together, which is really good to see because they've kind of been not butting heads in the past, but they most definitely have been competitors because they're competing for the same market in Web 2. They've come together and collaborated on a new alliance, so-called alliance, to troubleshoot all the problems relating to decentralized crypto wallets, which is basically the fact that if you lose your seed phrase, you've lost your crypto forever. It's a part of the risk associated with using crypto. We all know it. That's just a part of the game, right? But they're looking at a way in which you can recover, I guess, your assets or your seed phrase if things were to go awry. Okay, so the alliance was unveiled at the Crypto Finance Conference by Lehman Bard, who was a co-founder of Hedera, and John Woods, the CTO of the Algorand Foundation. Now, they're calling this the DREC Alliance, right? Which is aiming to streamline the process of securing and recovering the digital assets, aligning with conventional Web 2 experiences, which is very important. Because when you think about it, to bring on the mass market, to bring on people from Web 2 to Web 3, we have to have products that are going to make them go, oh, this makes sense. Or like if there's that big danger of, hey, if you send your tokens to the wrong address on the wrong network, or if someone sends you the tokens in a different way, or, if you simply lose your seed phrase, it's gone forever. And that is enough to scare 90% of people out of the market, okay? So, Bard encouraged every blockchain and industry to create standards and open source code to bring safety to the promise of Web3 without complexity. Bard said that Hedera and Algorand are just the start and that they are already working with banks, credit unions, and multiple wallet software projects involved. It's an open source code, so they're doing the right thing. A lot of people have given HBAR criticism in the past for not being open sourced. Also, one of those people was Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano. That makes me laugh because there was a reason why. They are fundamentally doing the right thing here, and I think this is going to be a really big thing for crypto, especially bringing on, as I said, the mass market. So over here, Woods commented that seamless user experience is core to any great product. We need to maximize ease of use and minimize risk associated with self-sovereignty. Big step. Keep your eyes out for Algorand and Hedera and what comes from this particular DRACE alliance. It's going to be big. They're already working with, as I said, banks and large institutions already, as we expect these two amazing projects to. Now, it's very important to go ahead and follow me on Twitter. The link's always down below because, again, guys, I have commented on this already, right? This video is probably going to go up at like 10, 12 hours after this post. I posted this 3 hours ago, going into detail with it. So you're going to want to follow me there. I've got lots of great information on a lot of projects. You'd be stupid not to. Next up, Solana. Okay, the MEV bot, which is a miner extractable value bot, earns $1.8 million after back-running meme coin trader in seconds. So what happened here was this bot, okay, which is a miner extractable value bot. Basically, there's a whole thing regarding these sort of things. It's not that good for cryptocurrency, right? Basically allows people to essentially do things like front run and all that dangerous stuff that comes along with decentralized technology. But this particular bot is an arbitrage bot that earned $1.8 million from a single transaction bundle in 20 seconds from Solana, right? So it converted 703 SOL worth about 70 grand into 19,000 SOL worth about 19 million in 20 seconds. So again, this was based on arbitrage, all based on a coin called Dog What If, which is a meme coin. Now, a trader got caught sort of in the mix of it. I think this is actually how the bot itself was able to capitalize on this, because this trader over here spent close to $9 million to acquire the actual token itself, right? The WIF token. And it all happened in a low liquidity pool. Unfortunately, obviously, the person would have had to have a fair bit of money themselves to make that go through. Again, they spent $9 million. They bought the meme coin at $3 per unit. $3. Its market price is 20 cents. So big markup, big loss on this person's end, hence was the reason why this person or this bot was able to find that and arbitrage it straight away. So of course, this wasn't really sort of an attack on the network. It was just a bot that happened to be targeting the right thing at the right time. So big upside there. Next up, Injective rolls out Volan upgrade. This is actually really big, guys, focused on real world assets and connectivity with Cosmos chain. So there was two major plans of attack with this Volan upgrade. The first thing was they are trying to enable institutional and individual users across a variety of structured products. At least they're trying to create new products, right? So the planned real-world asset offerings include tokenized fiat currency pairs, so that's like 4x pairs, treasury bills, and exclusive credit products. So they're upgrading Injective to basically be the DeFi of like what DeFi really should be, okay? Looking to leverage all traditional finance options all on chain, which is fantastic. The second aspect of Volan is the expansion of inter-blockchain communication protocol, or what Cosmos is known to be, the IBC protocol, which connects all of Cosmos's blockchains together. Okay, so Injective is looking to use this to interact with the other chains on the ecosystem. So an example of what they're looking to do here for the utility side of things is to allow a user to initiate cross-chain swaps using decentralized applications on another Cosmos blockchain like Celestia or Osmosis, and route it through Injective's order book for execution, which of course could allow much more complicated transactions to happen. So yeah, this is some pretty big stuff for Injective, and I guess when this is all phased out, rolled out, and I guess, you know, actually being adopted, we're going to see some pretty expansive things happen, especially for maybe, as I mentioned, institutional clients coming in as well. Now, news regarding Near Protocol is that the foundation is looking to cut staff by 40%. However, that might sound like, oh, they don't have enough money to keep hiring people or keep these people hired. But in this case, one of the CEOs, or one of the co-founders at least, Ilya, has mentioned that's not the case at all. The team's reduction come from a recent review with feedback suggesting the foundation's activities were not as effective as they could be, moving too slowly or trying to do too many things at once. Now, as I guess you could say a business owner myself, I have had this situation happen as well. You employ a whole bunch of people, turns out that it's not as effective as you thought, and then you bring the cost back down. It's just a pure business move. It makes total sense. He said, following this review, we have decided to significantly consolidate the core foundation team to focus on a narrower and higher impact set of activities. So we covered a video last night on Near Protocol and the reduction in developers because of this reason, and it makes total sense. So nothing bad to really point out here. The revenue coming in from Near Protocol is still quite a lot, $28 million roughly per year, and that was before the massive influx in demand the projects had. So they most definitely have the money to spend. It's just a very smart business decision. So is it time to panic? Well, this is where it all comes into play, right? Spot Bitcoin ETFs top $4.5 billion in total volume on the first day of trading. Keyword, volume. Okay. not net inflows, volume, okay? So trading has happened, but as Rand pointed out over here, the total trade was 4.6 billion, but GBTC, or Grayscale's BTC, was 50% of that at 2.3 billion. Now, the GBT numbers were majorly sales / outflows due to the higher fees and the old Bitcoin being locked up. So I don't know if you guys realize this or not, but Grayscale had their trust, right? Their Bitcoin trust, which they converted now into the ETF, was about $28 billion. And as a trust, you could have only deposited, right? You couldn't have withdrawn from that. So this is a bit of a, of course, we knew this was coming because a lot of those people wanted to then, once it was converted, take some profit. Makes total sense. So we saw some of those people taking profits, approximately zero new inflows. So it all kind of balances out, okay? So technically speaking, we had no overall net inflows. However, as Eric points out here, now an analyst for Bloomberg, he said, Rand's right, okay, it was a net neutral day for buys and sells, but you have to assess what's not actually on paper in black and white. By all metrics, volume, number of trade flows, media coverage was a smashing success. Just relax and look at this as a multi-year process. Now, this is why it's so important for you guys. If you're new to the channel, you subscribe for these news videos because we've been covering this extensively from all different angles, and the general consensus from all of these people, including Eric, including other Bloomberg analysts, was that we're not going to have much new net inflows, even in the first quarter of this year. We're going to have these coming over the next 12 months, 24 months, and even 5 to 10 years. This is going to take time, but overall, what we're looking for here is the growth in Bitcoin in general, okay? Now, yes, there is a whole bunch of negatives that comes across with this. We're basically allowing centralization to occur with the Bitcoin distribution, but it is still net positive overall, I believe, okay? So things like this have now come out, right? Bitcoin ETF approvals have a bigger impact on Asia, says Animoca co-founder Yat Sui. So in this case, what's happening here is other countries are looking at what's happened, especially countries that are pro-crypto and are looking to, of course, adopt their own ETF. So Hong Kong, which underwent a major regulatory renewal last year to reclaim its position as the region's crypto hub, could be the next to introduce spot crypto ETFs in Asia, several regional experts suggested. So in Asia, Hong Kong is definitely the prime candidate for the next spot crypto ETF, aligning with its crypto hub ambitions. You know, the EU could be next, particularly France over there, right? France is a big crypto hub as well. So these things could all come up and, of course, positively impact Bitcoin overall. This is what these ETFs have done, right? It's net positive in terms of the impact. And that's going to take time, right? You know, large investors aren't going to want to come in on day one. They're going to see what's happening. They're not going to get FOMO straight away. They will get FOMO, right? Once they realize, hey, all these, initial buys of Bitcoin are up 2x. But again, give it time. We have predicted, a lot of these, big guys are saying $80,000 Bitcoin this year. So keep an eye out. Again, Hong Kong lawmaker calls for swift action following US spot ETF green light. But not everyone agrees, right? We can see South Korea here reiterating their ban on crypto ETFs. Despite the US's approval, they've pretty much come out here and said, hey, don't get your hopes up, guys. We're still not allowing it anytime soon, at least. These guys are, from what I heard, actually working on their own crypto regulation framework, which is going to come out ideally this year, maybe next year. So we'll see what happens with these guys, but overall, definitely no ETFs of Bitcoin. And our last bit of news today, USDC stablecoin issuer Circle is looking to file their IPO, or initial public offering. It's the crypto version of an IDO, right? They're trying to launch on the stock exchange, which is big. They already tried this, I believe, once before. I think their valuation was going to begin at $9 billion. So we'll see what they come out with, but this is big, right? Circle, or the issuer of the USDC stablecoin, these guys have, I believe, a very firm grip on the institutional market, right, in Web 2. I think that Circle is, as time progresses, going to be the leading stablecoin. They just have a lot of connections with these large players. For example, their investors include Goldman Sachs, Fidelity, and BlackRock, right? So again, if you just kind of research Circle and research who they're partnered with, it's big and it's robust. So this is good to see, and I wanted to put this in here because this is a big update. So basically what we should really do from this news is, again, look at USDC as kind of like a premium product in the space, and then just figure out if they're partnering with a project that we want to buy or we are, invested in. That's a good sign, right? Because again, USDC is, I would view as a premium product. Even though they are a stablecoin, they don't want to partner with anyone that is on the shitty / shady side. So Guys, with that being said, take the information on board. I'll bring you some more updates with how these ETFs come out over the next few weeks. Periodically, I don't want to come out every single day and break the news for you guys unless there really is important news to bring. I think let's just let it sit, let it bubble up and see how it all kind of reacts as time progresses. So with that said, if you've made it this far, drop a like on the video, and until tomorrow, I will see you soon. Bye.